emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another team from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He'll be out of bounds short of the 25 at the 22-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Power football with the run. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again, or you say, hey, throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hale. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Under fire. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback and they get him at the 46. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre Bruce did back in the day.
And they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the staples of these Auburn teams all throughout the years.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And they're able to get him down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on third and long. Dropping back, it's Russell. Fires to the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. So they gamble on 4th down in the first half, and man, does it pay off.
4th and long. I mean, what just 4th and short? Nowadays, man, so much aggression in college football. And how about right there? 4th down and long. No problem. I got this in the first half.
Finds his man.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hampton. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, that's why this guy's one of the best receivers in the country. Even when he's double covered, he's open. He's able to make the catch and get the first down.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Well, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Bringing the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Looking for a push on fourth down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown tie.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Yeah, big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Grabbed in the middle. It's Thompson. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As they come over the football 1 minute to go here in the first. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll ride the hot hand. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Using his legs, it's Robinson. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. He'll keep it on the sneak. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
Well, he's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready. And one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
The Tigers will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Going for it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. He now has 106 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now adjusting. He'll get rid of it. Makes a connection. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job of this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Touchdown, Bama! Fitted in the window for the score.
And I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, and they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Simmons. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
Needing a conversion, Auburn comes to the line on fourth. Might be changing the route. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. That's caught. It's Henderson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. It'll be third and long. Tight end now in motion. Scanning the field, it's Lindsey. Pressure coming. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll leave it with him. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical. And a nice job getting him to the ground.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. Breaks into the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Okay, ready?
ground game left. Fighting off the defender. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle, it's Simmons. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Robinson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Auburn lines up quickly. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hale. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I need to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a man, it's Russell. Pocket breaking down. Here's a heat. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The sack, and time has run out in the first half. They passed on a field goal attempt, and they'll get Sippo. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Auburn offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Looking for room. It's Young. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Out of the backfield, he's open. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
The give on the option. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. Snap in the shotgun. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Trying to bull his way in. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Now on the option. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Got it in the middle with Simmons. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Trying to get it to the marker. Runs through a tackle. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Back to pass, it's Russell. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
When I get inside the 3 on first and goal, I want to be aggressive with the run. I want to be physical. I want to be the more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm still going to bring it. They tried to go with the changeup. They tried to throw the football very unsuccessfully. Nice job by the defense being ready for everything, even though they're inside the 3-yard line.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Hale. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown. touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Looking to get it in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They took the 3 on that last possession, and now they'll try to get it back on the onside kick. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air on first down. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of...
Trying to beat the D deep. He caught it, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Bringing it out. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. Here comes that Alabama offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And when you go 5 wide, man, and you spread the formation, it puts a lot of emphasis on those trenches. And those trenches have got to be good. You got to pick up those guys up front. They didn't do it, and they're getting their quarterback hit as he throws the football.
They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Bringing it back. He's at the 40.
And that time the defense in 3rd and long, 6 DBs on the field. There's not going to be anywhere to throw the football with that zone coverage. They do a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, David. They break on the ball for the pick.
Yeah, great job forcing the 3rd and long, predictable situation. Like you said, now you got them right where you want them. You practice those situations, all those extra DBs, and they make the big play.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires to the middle. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Russell. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop you. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Quarterback may change this route. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Grab over the middle at Simmons. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage, and you can hit that curl route, and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Looking to throw on 1st down. The throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Intercepted for the 11th time. He'll try to take it back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
He's taking the shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. The Tide is rolling as Alabama starts to pull away from Auburn.
Yeah, and Alabama handling the moment. Obviously, we know they got great players, great tradition, but handling the moment in the Iron Bowl, big stage, a lot of hatred, doing a great job of handling all of that, Palmer.
And Alabama knew coming into this game, you just throw the records out when you're playing your in-state rival, Auburn. What matters is what you do on the field when that first whistle blows. And Alabama simply, in all 3 phases of the game, they've been better.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver going in motion. The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. With the catch, it's Simmons. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Snap from the gun on third down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Well, it's been that kind of day for the offense, and this quarterback specifically, they've had their chances. They've had opportunities throughout the course of the game to get some pitches and catches and make some explosive plays, just not able, though, to hook up. And you saw it on that fourth down play right there. They're trailing by a lot of points because those are the throws you...
A shot toward the end zone. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Trying to take it back. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in...